Marvelous aloha, friends and loved ones, how are you today? So before I get started, I just want to throw out, this isn't going to be a big official video, just a small one that's been on my mind for the past couple of days. I'm hoping by getting this out of the way, my brain will finally allow me to focus on other things. One of the biggest news stories in Pokemon right now has been the recent announcement of Alola Forms, which are regional variants on existing Pokemon. The Pokemon has adapted to its new environment, resulting in a change in appearance, elemental typing, and special abilities. I've mentioned on the channel before that I grew up in Hawaii, which is where the Alola region is based, and I've been very excited to see so much of my local culture being showcased in the game, such as the description of Yungoos mirroring the true tale of how Mongoose came to the island, to Pokemon like Mudsdale covered in Hawaii's famous red clay rather than standard mud, and let's face it, everything about Comfey. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about 5 Pokemon that I think are prime candidates for receiving their own Alola form, or at the very least ones that I think could be fun. My goal is to pick Pokemon that make sense to fit into Hawaiian culture. I'm also not going to be mentioning any Pokemon that were discussed in HoodlumScrafty's video, which you can see by clicking here. I feel like he already did a good job of explaining why those Pokemon work, and I especially agree with him on Blossom and Gastrodon. I don't want to talk about those since I'd just be repeating what he's already covered. So with all that out of the way, let's get started. Vanillite, Vanillish, and Vanillux. There's no denying that these Pokemon have had a fair share of negative reactions aimed at them. I mean, how often do you hear someone mention the ice cream Pokemon when they try to argue for new Pokemon going downhill? I personally have never had too much of a problem with this line, but there's a very specific reason why I selected them to be Alola Form candidates. Ask anyone from Hawaii what the best treat on a hot summer day is, and chances are they'll tell you can't go wrong with shave ice, a snow cone-like treat very popular in Hawaii. This could open the Vanillish line up to coming in a variety of flavors that could mix up its elemental typings alongside its primary ice type. Sort of like how Rotom can change typing based on what it's possessing, the Vanillite line could change typing based on flavors. Just make sure you don't eat the ice-electric one. Rattata and Raticate. Okay, this one may end up being a moot point depending on what Game Freak has at their sleeves, but do you all remember when Yungoos was first announced? How its description said that it was brought to the region to help deal with the explosive population of a certain other Pokemon? Well, we know the real-world scenario of that is that the Mongoose were brought here to help deal with rats. Rattata and Raticate are based on the common brown rat, and Alolan form could change the design to the slightly smaller, slightly sleeker Polynesian rat that's more common to the islands. If Rattata and Raticate were brought to Alola and adapted in a way that proved negative to the environment, it would make sense that they'd need to import Pokemon to try and deal with them. To make up for their smaller size, I think changing them to be fighting types would be a fitting choice. Plus, Polynesian rats have a small dark band around their hind legs. Can you say black belt? This would also give them an advantage over the Yungoos, somewhat mirroring how the real-world Mongoose didn't do much to stop the rats. Hoppip, Skiploom, and Jumpluff. Hear me out here, grass, fire types. Now, this idea first popped into my head when I just imagined how cute Skiploom would be with a hibiscus flower atop its head. But the main thing that really burned the idea of adding a fire typing into my head was Jumpluff. The way Jumpluff rubs its hands together and often dances to look elegant brought back memories of watching Hawaiian fire dancers. Although I am aware that may be what Game Freak has in mind for Marowak right now, as many people have been speculating. The family's Pokedex entries frequently talk about how it just catches the wind to go to new places. So, is it really so far-fetched that they'd wind up in the Alola region at some point? Zubat, Golbat, and Crobat. That's right, I'm giving my number 2 spot to everyone's favorite cave dweller. If we are going to be exploring caves and mountains of the Alola region, and if we're going to be seeing a lot of him anyway, why not give him a fresh design to soften the blow a little bit? I also selected our bat buddies here because of the Hawaiian hoary bat, which is one of a very small selection of mammals native to the Hawaiian Islands. For typing on this one, I want Zubat to feel a bit more at home in its cave environment, and give us something we haven't seen too much of in the series, so I'm going to go with ground flying. As far as abilities go, Inner Focus isn't too bad, but I think a good ability to remind us all that this is still a Zubat would be to give it immunity, protecting it from the poison effect. And finally, Corsola. Yes, that's right, this Pokemon still exists. How many of you have forgotten about it? I know I have once or twice. However, I want to be clear that I think Corsola would be one of, if not the best choice to have an Alola form in Pokemon Sun and Moon. For starters, just to remind us all that, hey, this is still a Pokemon, but also, do you know what the state gem of Hawaii is? That's right, Black Coral. By being the Coral Pokemon, Corsola is already connected to the real-world equivalent of the Alola region in a way that just calls out for a regional variant. Black coral is very beautiful, it grows tall and has thinner branches than some of the other species of coral. I think with this new color scheme and potentially unnerving design, Corsola could fit as a rock dark type, which is a type combination we haven't seen too much of. And there you have it, 5 Pokemon that I think would be really interesting to see get the Alola Form treatment. Who would you like to see get a redesign or a new type setup? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to check out HoodlumScrafty's video to hear what his 5 choices were. I probably wouldn't have done this video if not for him. Thanks for watching. I had a lot of fun just talking about Pokemon for a little bit. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see me talk more about Pokemon in the future, and until next time, take care.